Thank you. Rwanda-China diplomatic relations were established in 1971. Today we are celebrating 54 years of excellent relations. I have to add that really the active engagement with China diplomatically and economically started back in 1995 when the first high-level visit was conducted by His Excellency President Paul Kagame, then Vice President, which really became the beginning of some kind of an active engagement with China in those areas you spoke about, whether it is trade, investment, and political cooperation. So it has been an exciting journey, and we have seen a lot of results in many spheres of national life, thanks to the excellent relations between Rwanda and China. Yes, indeed. I have to say, in the just taking the period of the last 5 years, 2019 when I arrived here, Rwanda was exporting only about 35 million US dollars worth of products. And by last year, 2024, we were exporting close to 160 million US dollars products ranging from agricultural products, mining, and so on. So that's an increase of close to 350%. Still, the numbers have to increase, but we are happy that there has been growth in that space. And China, on the other part, in terms of trade balance, China still enjoys its economic status because by 2019 they were exporting close to 260 million US dollars. Last year they were exporting close to $500 million US dollars to Rwanda. So that is an indication that there has been a collaboration between our two countries in terms of increasing volumes. But of course, there has been a policy framework that has been put in place by China to encourage exports from Africa, and Rwanda has enjoyed this because we have increased the exports in terms of non-resource products, coffee, tea, chili, and so on. Because Rwanda being among the LDCs, we are enjoying 100% of our products at zero tariff. That has encouraged big and medium-sized enterprises to export more products to the Chinese market. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Pre-COVID, in 2019, we had close to 2,000 students who were here. I mean, our diaspora, Rwandans living in China, the big percentage, more than 95%, are students in different categories: undergraduate, masters, postdoc, and so on. And during COVID, indeed, many of them were not able to return. And post-COVID, slowly we started receiving more students, and now the number is above 900, close to 1,000. So, which is we will continue to increase. We are happy. There are few, of course, who are in private businesses, and some who are employed by various companies. Yes, indeed. Our President, His Excellency President Paul Kagame, visited China last year in September alongside the other African heads of state during FOCAC, Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Summit. And I want to just remind ourselves that in 2018, His Excellency President Xi visited Rwanda, and prior to that, 2017, our President, His Excellency President Paul Kagame, had visited China. And his visit was really to again engage with the leadership of this country to discuss our bilateral cooperation, to discuss about socio-economic development projects that we have been working on together. And during the meeting, a number of projects were discussed in infrastructure, in agriculture, in technology, satellite applications, in health programs, in education, to make sure that our young people come here to access cutting-edge education, so that the skills that they acquire here are going to be useful in our labor market. So China has a 5-year strategic plan similar to our NST, and every year they meet, which may equate to our Mushyikirano, but it is Mushyikirano/parliamentary session, where about 2,000 plus representatives meet and discuss programs, previous programs that have been implemented, kind of a review, and then look at the program for the following year. And when you look at what was discussed last year and this year, China is focusing on what they call high quality development and the new forces of production. What that means is that as much as China's transformation has moved very fast, they want to make sure that the transformation does not come at the expense of the environment. And in that respect, then you apply technologies in whatever you do, whether it is agriculture, it has to be climate smart agriculture, whether it is construction, the buildings have to be smart. If it is transport, and you know that China has invested heavily in electric vehicles in terms of public transport and private transport, whether it is mining and everything in manufacturing, very important, because we are, as indicated, we have so many companies investing in Rwanda. We want to make sure that manufacturing does not come at the expense of the environment, and because of that, China has invested heavily in terms of improving the manufacturing tools that do not affect the environment. So from that kind of philosophy and the programs that are being implemented, we stand to gain because of the innovations that China has put in place, and of course adapting some of those innovations, and the companies that are bringing the investments to Rwanda should also be able to make sure that what is happening in China today in terms of high quality development is what also happens in Rwanda. So the decisions during the 2 sessions and what we follow after in terms of investments and how we apply technologies to improve our environment is what Rwanda is supposed to benefit from. Absolutely. I mean, this all begins with what our government has done in terms of creating a very conducive, attractive environment for investment. And the Chinese are very conscious, are very aware, and they're very excited, they're very receptive about what we are presenting to them. And because of that, we have seen a number of Chinese enterprises increasing in terms of investing in Rwanda in various sectors, whether it is agriculture, manufacturing, technology, and mining. They are there because our country has created that environment. Just to give you just the quick statistics, last year, China was leading the rest of the world in terms of contributing to foreign direct investment, followed by India and then USA. And as we speak today, we have so many companies that are eager and have already expressed, they have already presented their investment proposals to us. Just between November last year and now in May, more than 26 companies have visited Rwanda, and they have actually returned to Rwanda. And that quick move by the companies is an indication that they are already willing and they are so excited about the investment opportunities that Rwanda is presenting. So we're excited about the outcome of what we are doing in terms of mobilizing investments and what our government has done in terms of improving the investment climate in our country. Absolutely. We have looked at a number of opportunities that are found in China, and looking at our Vision 2050 and medium-term strategic plan, NST2, and given what China also has announced that they're interested to be involved in, we are working together with the government for public investment and in energy, in health, in education. We are working with the private sector for private investment, which is very, very important, because we know Rwanda has embraced the private-led growth philosophy, which means that engaging with the private sector and decreasing the number of companies that are investing in Rwanda is going to be very critical for us going forward. So there are 2 things that we're looking at: public investment from the government side and its financial institutions, but also looking at the private sector for private capital to come into our economy.